Seam, and this time missing it by a long way. The umpire's call, this time going in favour of England and the umpire.
Green goes for 16, 254 for 6. Well, the change to Oakes has worked. First delivery, he gets the wicket, the breakthrough. Green gone, Carey arrives at the crease. Good change from Stokes. Very first delivery. Great to see a bowler loose and on it straight away. Good seam position. And they appealed long and hard to get the on-field umpire's decision, which was needed.
And Carey didn't help himself. So Green didn't help himself either, did he? It looked quite guilty the moment it hit his pad, even though he had no part in making that decision. The moment the umpire saw him, he looked all over the place. Went across, almost fell away. Just looked out.
Looks like it's going to be a double change. Wood has bowled a spell, looking a little bit tired, so it's going to be Jimmy Anderson from the Anderson end. 3 seamers to come. Stark, Cummins, Hazlewood.
And not often that you see 5 batters getting starts. Marsh still in, of course, but the 4 others, Smith and Labuschagne among them, not converting to anything bigger in a strange days.
Oh, that's a beauty. Now, has that been taken? It has. What a moment that is. A man that has been under immense pressure has taken a worldie of a catch. Brilliant from Bairstow.
Picked his moment, didn't he? He was under a lot of criticism, a lot of chat about his wicket keeping. He did take a brilliant one in the last test, but that was off the pad. But this one, again, brilliantly bowled from Oakes. Takes the outside edge, wrong-footed, but the outstretched right glove. The ball nestles in perfectly. Jonny Bairstow's happy, a bit surprised maybe, but happy. Mitch Marsh, he's got to go for 51. What a breakthrough, what a change from Stokes. Australia now 255 for 7.
What an over this has been from Chris Woakes. A couple of wickets brought back into the attack to replace Moeen Ali, and moments ago picking up Mitchell Marsh, who looked in excellent form, brilliantly taken one-handed by Jonny Bairstow, moving to his right. So 255 for 7. England will settle for that on a bright, breezy day, good pitch. They've taken 7 wickets, and so that has definitely justified for now Stokes' decision to put Australia in. They want to wrap things up quickly now with Stark and Carey in. End of the 63rd, 255 for 7. Well, it's been a difficult series for Jonny Bairstow, brought back in after a horrific leg injury at the end of last summer. He's missed a few chances. He's taken a couple of good ones right at the start of the series. He took an excellent one low to his right, but that's the best of the lot this summer for Jonny.
Yeah, and it's fair to say he's pretty happy about it as well, Athers, as he should be. There's been a lot of criticism around about his keeping in the series so far. But as a keeper, you're not just expected to catch everything, you're expected to make some as well, make half chances, and that's what he's done there. No way in the world was that going to carry to Joe Root. That slip, Bairstow knew he had to go, outstretched that big right glove and went right in the middle, right in the sweet part of your hand.
Well, it's been another terrific day of Test cricket. And England will feel just on the right side of it for now. Mark Wood then steaming in from the Anderson end. There's been a lot of drama. We've had Broad's 600th wicket today, that catch from Bairstow. Some punishing batting from Marsh, but it's reflected Australia's batting all day, Ricky. Nobody's really been able to go on and make the killer score.
Yeah, they've been disappointed so far, Australia. Been a good surface, the sun's been out for most of the day. There has been just enough there, and I said at the lunch break that Chris Woakes looked like the pick of the bowlers to me, and I think as the day's gone on, an inspired change then from Stokes to bring him back into the attack. There's just enough there still for England.
Well, Carey looks as though he wants to try and farm the strike now.
It's too early for that as far as I'm concerned. Mitchell Stark can bat. Pat Cummins in next, he can bat. I think Carey has to put some trust in Stark and Cummins.
But not Hazlewood.
Not as much in Hazlewood, no. 10 Test 50s for Mitchell Stark, so that's what I'm saying. I think it's way too early for Carey to be doing that. Because what they'll do now, England, if they've identified that, so they put the field out. See straight away, the field's going straight out, knowing that he's not going to take the single to the men in the deep, so why not have them all back? Keep your catches where you think you can get him out and have protection on the boundary. Save those boundaries.
Well, it was telegraphed to some degree, and the way Carey was back and across almost before Wood had got into his delivery stride suggested he knew what was coming, and you can see from the field it's all set very square and very deep. Said a moment ago, England's day. Fair enough, that?
100%. Yep, 100% so far. I mean, at no, well, not at no stage, but just with those couple of wickets bang bang there, all of a sudden 7 for 255. And what's been a good surface, we've seen a little bit of turn as well. Australia opted not to go in with Todd Murphy. But as I was just saying then as well, Mitchell Stark can bat with a 10 Test match 50s. We saw Pat Cummins and Edgbaston do a really good job to get Australia over the line, so they can still eke out some tail end runs, which, looking back in the first 3 games, have been very important at different times. And it's probably fair to say that England have had the better of that Stokes has been responsible for a bit of it. You saw Mark Wood do what he did at Headingley. The tail end runs now for Australia in this first innings are going to be crucial.
Must be close to a wide. No.
Thinking a little bit more about Alex Carey not taking that single at the start of the over. That might just be for Mark Wood as well. It might be just protection of Stark against Wood.
Yes, it was Wood that blew away the tail at Headingley. Of his 5 wickets, only one was a top order player, Usman Khawaja. The rest were all the tail. He just blew it away. So it may be that Australia have thought, well, try and protect the tail from Wood, but not against anybody else. .255 for 7. Well, it's been a terrific return to the England team for Chris Woakes as well. Out for more than a year when he came back at Headingley, took 6 wickets, scored the winning runs. Critical partnership at the end of that game, and 3 more wickets now. 3 good ones too. Warner, Green, Marsh. Nearly Stark.
Yeah, he talked about how impressive
at Headingley. He'd had precious little success against Australia. I think he'd only played in a couple of test match wins, hadn't scored a test 50 or taken a test match 5 against them, but made a significant contribution in that game. Just pipped to the Player of the Match award by Mark Wood.
it's a little bit of movement away. Draw down his dismissal. This one was just clipping the top of leg stump. Cameron Green probably consider himself a little bit unlucky. We talked about it being a peach. This delivery to Mitchell Marsh. He hadn't missed the middle of the bat for near on an hour. Nothing had bothered him at all. There's the seam movement there.
Well, it's the last ball of the over, and if they were looking to protect Stark from Wood, they haven't done so. They've taken the single. Stark will be on strike, 256 for 7. Well, this will be the 5th over for Mark Wood from the Anderson end, and Stokes is very wary of over bowling Wood. He knows that there's some fragility there, but also that in order for him to bowl quickly, the spells have got to be 4 overs, 5 overs, no longer than that. So Australia should be saying to themselves here to just see Wood out.
Yeah, which makes the decision to take a single off that last ball even more curious. In fact, you would probably even say maybe if Carey was on strike, he might not have bowled this over at all. Now that Stark's there, he'll have one more crack into his 14th over. If anything today, Ath, it's fair to say, does this wicket look like it's been a bit slower than what you would have expected? Or is it the ball getting soft? What is it?
I think it is a little bit slower, and a number of factors there. I chatted with the groundsman who said it's just not quite as hard as... It's the same pitch as the South Africa test from last year. It's not quite as hard because of the weather here in Manchester the last 2 weeks. Quick ball that hit Stark on the elbow. So it's not been baked hard. It's been a pretty cool July. It's also got a bit of that... Said in his experience there, it actually takes a bit of pace off the pitch here at Old Trafford. Often at most grounds you hear them say that a bit more grass helps the carry, but because the undersurface here is so hard, the kind of grey clay soil, actually the leaving a bit of grass on just removes a bit of pace. So combination of factors, it's just not quite as hard and fast as it might normally be. May quicken up. Day of sunshine on it. Heavy roller tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, there's been some talk about this particular year of ball as well, maybe not holding up as well as balls in the past, just maybe going softer a little bit earlier. We were talking, some of the guys were talking in comms earlier about just the sound that the ball was making off the bat. Sounded like the ball had gone softer than normal.
This is where as a batter your game awareness or game management comes in. You know that Wood effectively has got 2 balls here, and it's going to be much easier for Cummins and Hazlewood to face bowlers of slower pace. So Carey will want to, should want to just see through these 2 balls from Wood. Whether he might just turn down that single and just keep the strike for 1 more ball, but he sees it differently. reckon that might be Mark Wood done. 2:58 for 7. We've had 66 overs. It's a great scene here at Old Trafford. But it's time for afternoon drinks.
Players remember to pace yourself at the cricket is a drinkaware.co.uk for the facts about alcohol. And getting involved in today's Souvenir Draw Foundation raffle. We'll give you some winning numbers in a few moments. Those that purchase tickets on standby. Just a reminder that our scheduled closing playtime tonight is 6 o'clock. The play can go on until 6:30. In an attempt to bowl the day's overs, the overs not bowled at that time would be lost to the match. So going on until 6:30 here at Old Trafford tonight. Right, stand by, here we go. Winning raffle numbers tonight for you. Starting off with first prize, a side England bat. Winning number 3013. 3013, that's a side England bat. Second prize, 2 tickets for a day's play an international cricket year at Emirates Old Trafford next summer. Winning number 530, that's 530. And the third prize, a Jimmy Anderson frame montage. Winning number 5325, that's 5325. Those numbers on the big screen. Congratulations if you are a winner. They can be collected from Pavilion Reception or contact the Lottery Office Diamond. Another foundation raffle to come tomorrow.
$258 for 7, Australia. It's been another wonderful day's cricket. Lots of Australia's batters have had starts. 2 have got to 50, none have gone on. And earlier in the day, Stuart Broad reached a significant milestone. Oh, it's taken. England's plan has worked. Broad has his man, and it is 600 for Stuart Broad. He joins Jimmy Anderson in an elite club, and no England bowler now has got more wickets against Australia than Broad. What a cricketer, what a competitor. It was a beautiful moment. He came in from the James Anderson end at that point in time. Jimmy Anderson was actually off the field. Just it was 5 balls after tea, and he hadn't come back with the team after tea. But the moment he came on the field, first thing he did was to go up to Broad, embrace him and say congratulations. He's the only other fast bowler in the history of the game to know what it's like to get to 600 test wickets. 3 spinners have got there as well. What a moment it was. What a player he has been over the years for England. He's got that fine care. And Mark Wood there has done really well. Remember, Mark Wood's just on the back end of a 5-over spell, but he's come herring round at fine leg and stopped a certain boundary.
Yeah, and this is an angle that's actually worried Alex Carey through the series. It's been balls from around the wicket that have been able to come back in from outside off stump, back through the gate almost. Just leaves a bit of a gap there when he defends on the front foot. Even there, once again, he's looking very square on the offside. I'll have a look at his natural pickup of the bat, and I think it's one of the mid-on. Yes, I was talking about his backlift, Athers, and I think because it does go out towards second or third slip, it almost comes down across the line of the ball. I think a slight adjustment for Carey could be. These are the ones I'm talking about here. You can just see.
Of right-arm bowlers bowling round the wicket to left-handers. And that's exactly where the left-hander should look to hit the ball. Back from where it came, straight through mid-off. That's perfect from Carey.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times during the series, actually. When they've just over-pitched, he does then have enough time to get the bat back on plane and hit beautifully back.